a will is a legal document. It's known as a testament, whereby someone, states clearly how they want their property to be shared when they are no more.
Okay.
So if Mr. A dies and he has written a will, what the will does is it states clearly what how the properties he has and what is going to happen to those property when he's no more.
Okay.
So the person who writes the will is called a testator,
Okay.
and when he dies testate.
Okay.
So a person who doesn't have a will is someone. Okay, we'll call the person when the person dies, rather the person dies intestate. That's the person dies without a will.
Okay.
So and that's what they said, the will speaks from the grave, so that in your absence, it's clear how you want your property to be shared.
Okay.
And so, what is the content of the will?
Okay.
One is that it must specify the property, because what's to be shared? There must be a property to be shared. So
Yes.
the will must identify the property.
Okay.
Right? It must then
Has to be
identify what kind of property it is, where it's located, is it tangible or intangible, is it movable or immovable? It has to be. Money in the bank has to be in the will.
Okay.
If it's cars, all these things, your clothes, even if it's your what's it called? Headphone you want to give to your little nephew, you specify that it's important. So what are the benefits? Once you write a will, it saves you all the problem or your beneficiaries. So the will must name a beneficiary.
Okay.
Just like it's identifying the property, it's identifying who the beneficiaries are, and who it's also going to mention those who would manage this property. They are called executors of the will.
Yeah.
And when a person dies without a will, you have to apply to the court for a letter of administration. That is, this we are going to administer. So the government will appoint, will tell you, okay, choose among yourself those you want to manage the distance. So if you're not able to agree on who would manage, then what the court will do is to appoint by themselves. Then what the court will do is to appoint by themselves. They will do that.
Okay.
So the benefit of the will is that it helps to identify and clearly spell out the property you have. It spells out those who would benefit from
it.
So it's very clear. It resolves that issue.
Okay.
The will also, the benefits I mentioned, those who would handle it. Then the will also plans ahead. Like when my dad died, he had written that, okay, I left this amount somewhere where you're going to use to bury me. You understand? So the will helps to take care of
incidental matter. Stress off you guys.
Exactly. So it's important really as you're saving, you also put that, because sometimes immediately someone dies, you see people will become greedy, and the way they act, you're wondering. So you may have been praying for me to die, because I still don't understand how people will be struggling fighting over someone else's sweat, right? So it's not just to have a will. For these young people, invest your money, and as you invest, write your will.
Sure.
But you see, the fear people have, once you mention a will, they're like, you want to kill me.
You want me to do.
I remember when I was in law school, and they had just taught us that topic on will.
Okay.
And I was so excited. I came to my dad. I said, please, can you write your will? He said, okay, your mother put me up to this. They put you up to this. I said, then we just thought. He said, no. So, but the amazing thing rather is that my dad actually wrote his will 3 months after I spoke to him about it. I didn't know. It was when at his death that when the lawyer was reading the will, I saw that yes, it was exactly 3 months after I had asked him to write the will, and this was precisely on the 13th of August, which coincidentally happens to be my mom's birthday. I'm just wow.
So
it's
just amazing.
Yeah. So
and for example, a polygamous setting,
okay,
like I have 2, 3, 4, 5 wives and stuff like that, and children and everything. You know that somehow in your father's heart of hearts, this is not what he wrote.
Yes,
you understand?
You can feel it.
You can feel it, or somehow somebody has done a mago somewhere, or captured him to write, and it's gone. You can't defend it. Yeah. So you are not meant to live with that. What happens? Is there anything that you can do?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, you can do something.
Okay, please, someone should listen though.
Yeah, so if you're in that kind of polygamous setting and a will has been written and read, and you know that I know my father so well. I may not be his favorite, but this definitely can be my father writing this will. You understand? So it means that the will is being questioned.
True.
And the dead person cannot come and defend and say I wrote or not.
Yeah.
So you go to court.
You know what just skipped my mind?
This
This cannot come up except he comes in the dream. Like what is that?
even in the dream, of course, people can claim
Not
that somebody
exactly.
So you go to court to seek redress to say this. So that's why we have contested will. Have you seen where they read the will and people are shouting that the lawyer was they manipulated the will. Maybe one of the beneficiaries had gone to bribe the lawyer, or that's how when you write you have to hide it.
Yes.
So it's safer. You could put it in a safe house, in a bank, and all of that. But
it should not be with you because somebody else can just find it.
Of course, definitely. So that's why you take it to the court of law and deposit it in the safe. Exactly. So
you should have a lawyer that can do that.
There's a lawyer, but a lawyer could also be killed. Lawyer could die before the person.
It's true.
That's why you have witnesses.
Should be one or two.
That's why the law says there must be at least, not even one. You must have at least two witnesses.